Welcome again to my channel, Financial Solutions. Today we want to talk about refinancing your house to buy another house. So the first thing to do is in step one, we will get an evaluation of your house. So if your house, say, values $250,000, most places will allow you to borrow 75% of the value, which in this case is equivalent to $187,000, 187,500, 187,500. Your interest rate, let's say you have bad credit, will be about 8%. So at 8% of the value of 187,500, you will pay $15,000 per year, which in terms of month, it will be 1,250 because you divide that by 12, as you know. So your monthly payment would be $1,250 per month. Step 2, buying the second house cash. So you borrowed $187,500 to buy a house for $150,000. Now, in terms of fees, we're going to put it at, say, $15,000. So in total, you're spending $150,000 from the $187,500 plus fees, which is $15,000, which is equivalent to $165,000. So you will have a little money left over in your pocket of $22,500. Now, the next thing is to rent out the house that you bought. And let's say you rent that house for $1,200 per month. You pay taxes on that house every month. You're responsible for that taxes. You're also responsible to pay the insurance for that house. And let's say that figure is about $150. They pay their utilities. So you're looking at $1,200 minus $350 that you pay per month for the taxes and insurance. This will leave you with $850 in your pocket for the time being. Now you own two houses valued at the first house is valued at $250,000. The second house is valued at $150,000, which give you a total of $350,000. But it doesn't stop there. Remember, the equity that you took out of your house from the refinancing, you have $1,250 to pay. So when you take away the $850 that you get from the second house and you put that on the $1,250, you still owe $400 every month, which is a negative cash flow. So the point of this is that you have to think carefully how you work out your figures when you are deciding to refinance, because a lot of people will find themselves into negative cash flow if you don't know how to work out your figures. When you're in a negative cash flow situation, that's where the problem comes. There's nothing wrong in taking on debt and trying to build wealth, but if you don't know what you're doing, you can end up in a big problem, because If every month you are taking um, $400 to, you have to find $400 to pay back for this loan, then the whole purpose of building wealth is being defeated because you're now in a negative cash flow situation. And remember, you would have bought that house cash, but because you had refinanced and borrowed a loan from your first house, now you're in a negative situation. So the ideal situation would be to be able to rent out the house, the second house, and be getting a cash flow, or at least be squared off. You don't have to be paying that 400 every month, because once you have to pay that 400 every month, then it's problematic. However, as I say, if the house that you rent, the second house that you rent out, let's say you are getting 200 cash flow every month because you rent it for, instead of renting it for, how much did I say, 1200, uh, you're renting it for, say, 1600. Now you will be finding yourself in a better situation. All right, everybody, so take this as a lesson before you jump into things and not knowing what you're doing. A lot of the videos that I watch on YouTube, they don't tell you these things. They make it look so easy, but you have to juggle the figures properly. And remember that some people don't even buy the house cash with the $187,000. What they do when they refinance, they take that money and only pay a part of that 187,500 on the $150,000 house. They only make the down payment and get another loan on the second property. And and that sometimes when you take on too much debt and too much burden, and something goes wrong, interest rates go up, like right now it's going up, then you can find yourself in serious trouble. If one month your rent is not paid from your tenant because they decide they're going to give you a warm time, you're also in a bad situation. As I've always said, it's wise to have some reserve, so that that reserve that you had of the 22,000, the balance, this should be put away one side, just in case your tenants decide not to pay, and the government is the system, I should say, is very lenient with tenants. The landlord and tenant favors the tenant. So that sometimes those tenants will go by 2, 3, 4 months and don't pay your rent, and you have to find that money out of your pocket to pay for this tenant until they are what do you call it now, kicked out of the property, for the want of a better word. So bear these in mind, and always have, this is one of the most important thing, is to have some reserve tucked away for any eventuality. Alright, everybody, I hope that you've learned something from this. I like numbers because without the numbers, people, I noticed that a lot of YouTubers, they tell you all kind of nice stories, but they don't give you the numbers, and you have to know your numbers when you're doing real estate. Thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to leave a comment if you agree. Leave a comment if you like the video. Give me a thumbs up, and share this video with across your channel and social media. Thank you. Take care. God bless. Bye bye.